Hello and welcome to the channel. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for daily FM content, whether that's tactics, gameplay or other things. Be sure to comment what you'd like to see. Link in the description below to my current series where you can see the tactic in action, and also a link to all my socials and a tactic over on FMWorks' website where you can download it and enjoy for yourself. Enjoy the video and be sure to like and subscribe. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, something a bit different on here. We've got a tactics video today. No gameplay, unfortunately for you guys, but if you're wondering how we've won so many games on our series on Twitch and on YouTube, look no further. We've gone for a 4-1-2-3 formation. You guys have probably seen it on our saves. If not, links to the saves all in the description below. Now, at the moment we are Monaco, but it does work on other saves. We got Perugia promoted in the first season to Serie A. We got Stoke promoted to the first season to the Premier League as well. But so far for Monaco, we've done a lot of stuff. First season, we'll show you now. I'll get to the tactics soon, but in terms of what we've done, first season, transition season, finished 10 points behind PSG. Looks quite poor, but we were sort of chopping and changing things. I think our formation started in the second half of that season, and we started on a nice little win streak, which led on to our second season. Not sure I backed out here. Second season, Invincibles. Don't like to brag. 106 points, 34 wins, 4 draws. We absolutely smashed it that year. And I think we got to a final of a cup or a semi-final at least. Season after that, which was season 3, another 100-point plus season, 94 goal difference as well. Only 2 losses. They came to Stade Rennes and PSG, so second and third place. Not a bad season. And 4 draws. A couple of poor teams there, but overall a very, very nice season. Full season, we then get 100 points again. Another 2 losses, this time to Rennes and PSG. A bit of a repeating pattern here. We just can't beat them 2 teams. Not tactically. It's because I think the game just hates us. 3 draws as well there. Dijon, Lyon and Lorient as well. This season we've just started. 5 wins out of 5. 17 goals for, 1 against. So not only is it good in terms of scoring goals, we're looking at hardly any conceded as well. So here are a few records, guys, just in case you're wondering if this tactic actually does work or not. Remember, guys, not all of this was done with regens or the best players in the world. Haven't even got them sort of yet. This was done by a second season Monaco side. We're expected to finish miles below PSG and we somehow finish Invincible. But most points in the season, 106, a league record. We've won actually the most League 1 titles now with 11 after 3 in a row, I think it is. Most league wins in the season is 34, a new record. 0 defeats, obviously Invincible that year as well. What else have we got here? We've also got most matches won in a row, 25 league wins in a row. So that includes playing PSG, Lyon, Marseille, Rennes, and a few other big sides as well. Most matches without losing. We went on a 75 match unbeaten streak. Almost 2 years. We went 13 days off of a 2-year unbeaten streak in the league. What else have we got here? We've also got some player records as well. Most assists is 23 in 1 season. Not sure we've beaten the record of goals for individual players. We're pretty close with Pellegrini and Ben Yedder. But overall, being the first team to ever get 100 points, doing that 3 years in a row, and being the first ever Invincibles in France is a pretty good tactic in my eyes. So the tactic here we've got is sweeper, keeper, support, goalkeeper. Ignore the players. Most of them weren't here at the start of the save when we got Invincible, and also they're developed when they've been youngsters, and also it kind of doesn't matter too much about the players. I don't think as long as you have decent players, I guess, compared to your division, you'll do well. It's not one where you can have League 2 players in the Premier League and you win every game. It's more getting the best out of your players. So full-back attack on the right and the left as well, and 2 ball-playing defenders. Now, I used to play with 1 basic centre-back. However, it doesn't really matter if your defenders are good at passing the ball. I would recommend high vision, high passing. Get them all ball playing. The ball winning midfielder is probably one of the most important roles. As long as they tackle and anticipate quite well, they will get very, very good ratings. He's got 7 rated every single year that he's played for us. He scores a few goals as well. Most of them are set pieces, I've got to say, from corners. We'll show you my corner tactic after as well. Now, in midfield, this season I've been experimenting. I've tried to go for 2 advanced playmakers. As you guys can see, it has worked pretty well. We have not conceded many goals. Also smashed a lot of teams. Yes, some of them aren't the best teams in the league, but Lyon 1-0. Rennes, who we lost to previously, 4-0 win as well. Beat Leipzig in the Champions League 1-0. But I tend to normally play a box-to-box. Now, tackling's not the most important for me for box-to-box. I prefer work rate. I think if work rate allows it, I would say play a box-to-box, even if it's tackling's. Ideally, you want 12 plus. But if it's below 12, but good work rates, then I would recommend using him because the ball winner behind can just sweep up the pitch. Now, for some reason, advanced playmaker works here, but it doesn't work in attacking midfield. I have no idea why. It just doesn't. I've never ever had an AP to do well up there. I feel like the space in behind where the midfielder can run forwards is what he's best at. If Payet picks the ball up here and runs forward, he does so much better than picking it up here in the first place. So we look at his stats of a few seasons. He got Player of the Year last year. 9 goals, 17 assists. Now, you could say, but you've got regens or new gens, this tactic's broken, but he didn't exist in our second season, which was our Invincible season. We had Golovin, who's just a normal player. I guess he's a good player, but Monaco's team to start with isn't elite. It's not the best of the best. It's got Golovin, Gelson Martins is good, and so is Keita Balde. But apart from that, and Ben Yedder, apart from that, in terms of attacking threat, there's not much. So to have an unbeaten season with them players is very, very good. In terms of right wing, I go winger attack. Does not matter if your winger is left-footed. For some reason, like I say with logic, FM does not follow logic. Under, left-footed right winger attack. He's normally an inside forward, as you can tell, but for some reason he has done incredibly. Last season, 15 goals, 23 assists. Season before then, 14 goals, 15 assists. And his first season joining in January, I think it was. Maybe not January. 8 goals and 4 assists. 7 rated plus in every single match. Left winger, always have inside forward support. Once again, does not matter if he's right-footed. Havertz, we've just tried him here now, recently. This season, 5 games, 2 goals. Not too bad for a new signing, but left-footed on the left, cutting inside, still works well. Alphonso Davies is proof of this. Left foot only, yet somehow scores 10 and 13 goals every season. Don't know how it works, it just does. In terms of up front, we have a striker here. I would recommend pace, just because of the tactical style to the left that we'll go for in a second. But pace is probably quite important. I'll show you why. Passing to space is very, very crucial. It just helps. I mean, if you have good passes in the midfield, the amount of balls you get in behind for your striker to run onto is pretty much the best way you're going to score, as well as set pieces, which I'll get to in a second. Narrow width is quite important. It allows your wingers and your fullbacks to get so much space. Defences compress. You go out wide. No, defences compress with your players going in. It lets your wingers run out wide and have so much space out wide to roam, which is why I think these do so well. Slightly shorter passing, slightly higher tempo. Don't want to go too extreme. And play for set pieces just because delivery on free kicks are good. And also our corner tactic is pretty spot on. I'll show you my my centre-back goal records in a second. In transition, always play out from the back. I think with our ball players there, it works the best. Counter, press and counter. I think work rate is probably the most important role overall for your whole squad. 16 work rate for a holding mid. Bernardo Silva just joined us, 20 work rate. And even my young attacking midfield is 18 work rate. So it works pretty well. I would recommend getting some workhorses there. And that's about it for there. I never pick distribution. I let my goalkeeper pick how he wants to pass it out. I never make him take it short in case it goes wrong. Out of possession, pretty standard here. And slightly more urgent, just so you can not leave them on the ball for too long. And always have attacking mentality. I feel like it's probably the best role. But yeah, in terms of this screenshot here, I would probably start with a box-to-box there. I wouldn't pick an AP until you have a really good team. But I would probably stick a box-to-box in this role. There is a download below for the tactic if you guys want to download it. FM works. Head over to his website. Got all the tactics over there. Not just mine, but a few others as well. So highly recommend his. All the links in the description below. In terms of set pieces now. Corner, defensively, I leave it as it is. Attacking-wise, this is what I go for. I do like an in-swinger, but it's not crucial to what you've got. As long as your guy has got good corner taking, I'd say at least 15 plus. If not, it doesn't matter because the headers, they get on the end of them quite well. I would have your centre-back that has the best jumping and heading as your near post. Also, make sure that the player instruction for the delivery is always near post. Make your centre-back attack the near post. The other centre-back go on the far post. Have someone on the goalkeeper or lurking at near post. Have your striker there to just pick up the loose balls. Your attacking midfielder who's not, or your winger who's not taking the corner in the box. Your centre mid there. I mean, it doesn't really matter in terms of the roles for these three. I mean, as long as you have your striker there and your 2 defenders here, it's not too important. Have 3 men back. I like fullbacks because they're quick and can tackle. And I'll just duplicate it for the other side, pretty much. It's pretty much the same. This should not be like that. I'm not sure why it is. For some reason the centre mid will attack the ball from the outside. Doesn't make too much of a difference. As long as you have your centre backs here, then you'll more than likely get goals. I'll show you that from evidence of what we've got here. So we sold him this summer. Let me have a look at the player that we're trying to find here. What's his name? Marapan, here we go. He was my attacking near post. He scored 10 goals in the first season. He scored 7 goals in the second. I mean, he played quite a fair few games, but also Ager, who is from our club. So looking at almost 10 goals combined, 10, 15 goals a season from your centre-backs, which doesn't sound a lot, but if you think about it, normally you get about 2 or 3. So I'd say you're at least times in by 5 how many goals you're going to get just off that one corner tactic. But yeah, overall, guys, I would say this is probably the best tactic I've ever used. We've got Perugia to Serie A in the first season, Stoke to Premier League in first season, got second place first season with Monaco, but it was transition. Like I say, didn't use this for the whole year. But the first full season we used it for, Invincibles, 100 points plus for every single season, Champions League finalists, cup winners. I think we've won it all apart from the Champions League, which we're trying to get to. Over on twitch.tv, slight plug there. LonghurstLive on Twitch, we are streaming every weekday, trying to get this saved, trying to get to the Champions League. But overall, I would say this is probably my very favourite tactic that I've ever used on all FMs. I've got to say, it's not even just boring to win. It is very, very fun to win. The football you play is great. You're looking at sort of 3 or 4 goals on average every game. I mean, there's been some great results. Let's have a look who we've had here. There's been a couple of draws, which I feel like they're going to come. The game's not perfect if you're going to win every game, even if a tactic's great. It's very unlikely, unless you reload, to win every game. So I would say some draws are sort of... You're going to draw against some poor teams occasionally, but that's not the tactics. That's more down to the game and how some of your players, like a key injury or some terrible defensive mistakes, stuff like that. But overall, I would say this tactic is probably the best. And like I say, guys, link in the description to the best tactic on FM. I've claimed it myself. Link in the description to the website you can download it from. Also, guys, if you are enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe and like. And I'll see you guys next time. See you later.